So I love making fun of Black MAGA. I love making fun of like like when you like flip through your phone, you see like the good liars, people who are interviewing MAGA on the street, like those kind of things. I love that. And I also love stupid ass debate bros from places like the Tim Miller podcast. I mean the what's the kid the stupid kid with the fucking beanie. I can't think of his name right now, but that's what I'm talking about. Um, I love like when Adam Selznick got cooked by Dave Smith on Piers Morgan. Like I could watch. Like I'm talking about. I live for that kind of shit. I could watch that for hours. And here's another example of one of these idiot MAGA dudes outside their depth, just talking, just to talk. Like, I think the debate is whether or not Trump is a fascist, but either way, I didn't want to put on the regular debate because the regular debate is like 3 hours. So I found somebody who reviewed it, and I'd rather watch it through this. Dave Smith just talks in like word salads and he like everything he says sounds fucking pretentious. Like I like listen to him fucking sucks. But when he gets his ass handed to him, oh, it's glorious to watch. So let's take a look.
We've got Keith Woods. We've got what was his the other one who used to be a big I can't think of his name. Cultured Thug. He ran a third positionist thing for a long time that gained a lot of steam. There's lots of third positionists actually who we can appeal to tell us what the third position is, right? And what it is that the foundational philosophy is, this and that. What you're trying to do is use morally ambiguous language in order to call your opposition that thing. But you're not actually
making
creating
a prescriptive claim.
But you're not creating.
By the way, the question is whether or not Trump is a fascist. Sorry about that.
Yeah. Well, wait, prescriptive or descriptive?
I'm saying the claim I'm making is descriptive that Donald Trump is a fascist.
Yeah,
you
and
could
I'm
say,
making,
yeah, he is, but fascism is good.
Okay,
That's a different conversation.
Here's the thing. I'm going to make the descriptive claim that fascism is both historic. It's a historic movement, and historic movements deserve historic definitions, and they just deserve to have their historicity brought into play.
This nigga did not just make up a word. Did historicity? Hold on, bro. I can't. I have to check. Historicity is boy. Maybe it's me. Maybe I don't read enough books or something, because I'm telling you, bro, I've never heard anybody use that word before. Historicity. I was about to cook this man. But okay, that's fair. Apparently I'm the one that needs to be cooked. Historicity is historical actuality, authenticity, and factuality of a person, place, or event. So, my fault. In this particular instance, you got me, Andrew. But that shit sounded so stupid coming out of his mouth.
When it comes to you defining them in a modern sense so that you can understand what this ideology actually is, and that you are completely bereft of that in your definition or even in explaining yourself here.
I don't want you to pivot from the Jason Stanley thing. Like, why do you think that he is like
it's irrelevant and tangential?
No, it's relevant because you are the one who impugned his credibility.
Okay, now he's great. I'll just say he's great.
Okay, cool.
Okay, anything else?
Cool.
So,
nope,
okay, great. So anyway, it's tangential, it's irrelevant. That was the pivot. So back to this.
Okay, that's kind of
when
slimy.
we're talking about historic, when we're talking about you're the one who made the pivot. When we're talking about historic, historic movements, they have historic definitions. Feminism does. Christianity has historic definitions. All ideology, communism has historical definitions. All of these things have historic definitions which are laid in to what they actually are. For some reason, you want us to believe we should just ignore that for fascism.
I don't want anyone to believe anything. I'm defending my position. If you think I'm wrong, I don't know what I'm supposed to do about that. If you want to be pedantic about what ultranational...
So he's not saying that Trump's not a fascist, though. Am I bugging? He's just mad because he's saying that he wants people to acknowledge that it's a fascist state, and that we shouldn't f with it. But not that being a fascist is wrong, that Trump's not a fascist. Oh, well, you're just trying to dismiss it out of hand because this thing from the past that existed before resurfaced, and now we're dealing with it. No, motherfucker. This man is getting Americans killed. This man is separating families and scaring the shit out of everybody in the country because we thought we dealt with this before. We thought we dealt with this already.
Nationalism means, and ignore every single point I make. That's your right to do. I am curious, when you conceded to my 3 affirmative claims, was that like a sarcastic, like, okay, liberal, whatever you said?
No,
was
I'm
like an
pointing out
concession?
that even if I cede all these claims, it wouldn't.
But do you cede them?
It wouldn't demonstrate that. Well, let's go through them one at a time.
Sure. You want me to start with number 1? Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws in bad faith.
Yeah, I'll cede that claim.
You actually fully agree with me on that?
No, I didn't say I fully agree with you. I just said I'll cede the claim. Whether I agree with you or not is tangential to the debate.
Well, I'm curious. Do you agree?
I don't care what you're curious about. It's tangential to the debate.
Well, it seems.
So what Adam is pretty much saying is that because we all know Trump is those things, that we don't need to talk about it anymore. So I'll cede the point, but yeah, I won't say yeah, that's the case. Bro, these MAGA dudes, oh my God,
I don't care what you're... No, it's not relevant. If I agree or don't agree, what's relevant is if he is or isn't a fascist.
My affirmative claim as to why Trump is a fascist is not relevant to the debate.
No.
You're in a debate, boy. That's the prompt. That's what's being claimed. That's what he's saying you need to debunk. You have to answer it.
Wait.
Okay.
That claim is relevant to the debate. Whether I agree with that claim is not.
And you don't want to share with anyone whether or not you agree with that.
Why?
Whether I agree, if I have a debate with somebody about racism, and I have to take the claim that reverse racism is a thing, whether I agree with it or not makes no difference. That doesn't matter. I still have to answer the question. I still have to speak on behalf of reverse racism, which I don't believe is a thing, by the way. But in debate class, I actually had to defend reverse racism. Did a pretty good fucking job, by the way. But that's because I like to think. I don't have a problem answering a question, especially if I understand it. And the problem is that these debate bros for MAGA don't understand what the fuck they're talking about. And they don't know what they're doing. So they come on these shows and get utterly embarrassed, Adam Solznick, to where your boss calls you out in front of millions of people and then has a homoerotic conversation with Luigi Mangione like a week later, glazing him. Yo, these dudes are clowns.
Why would that have anything to do with this debate?
Fucking
because
clowns.
then we could discuss substantively what
no,
Trump
you
has
want to
done.
get into policies. Next time, ask for policy
I want to get
debate.
into Trump
We're
because
asking,
if you read
we're
the
right,
description
what's
of
the
the debate, is Trump a fascist, not what is fascism.
Here's the thing. I'm ceding every one of these points, hypothetically, and still demonstrating he's not.
Okay. So you think that even if we use the claim number 1, Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws and bad
that's
faith,
not fascistic.
in conjunction with my other 2 claims, is not fascistic?
So we'll start with claim 1. That's not fascistic. So claim 2.
Well, you have to be all 3 together.
Okay, go to claim 2.
This is like pointing at a brick and saying, it's not a house, liberal. You said a house has bricks.
Okay, I'm going to go through them one at a time and tell you if they're fascistic or not, and then we'll take the totality of them. Go ahead.
Okay. Trump is an authoritarian whose political project seeks to centralize and consolidate power by engaging with our laws in bad faith. He uses his position of power to vilify, intimidate, and oppress his opposition and those he designates as members of outgroups. And he builds, fuels, and justifies this movement with allusions to a once glorious, now desecrated past, which can only be reattained through ultranationalism.
Well, wait a second. Can only be attained with ultranationalism.
You know, this is how I would argue with my cousin back when we was kids. Like, we would we would go into back and forth about the semantics of what we were talking about. Like, making sure that we were clear about what we were talking about before we talked about what we were talking about and debated what we debated about. He was just this little pretentious asshole who like, no, but I didn't say that. I didn't say it that way. No, words matter. I didn't say it like that. Fucking asshole.
Nationalism.
Reattained, yeah.
Reattained. Okay. So Trump is saying that he wants everybody to be the body of the state.
No, he's saying that we have to put America first to re-achieve American glory.
That just sounds like nationalism to me.
Like, all this man wants to do is discredit the argument before it gets going. That's all we're looking at.
Okay, it sounds like ultranationalism when you look at the actual extent to which he employs this propaganda technique, and when you combine it, when you combine it with the fact that it's not in a vacuum, this rhetoric is used to justify authoritarianism.
Well, even
saying it, and
even if the rhetoric
legally,
is
different question.
Hang on, even if the rhetoric is used to justify authoritarianism, that still is not fascism.
According to you, I
no,
guess.
no, I mean according to all of the according to all of the history around.
What if it has these elements of
and not
fascism?
only that, according to your own don't be a snarky little. You took the debate. Suffer. So back to this.
I am.
Yo, we definitely suffering, all right. This shit hard to watch because this dude is mega ass.
Yeah, back to this.
It's more funny than suffering. Are we not going to talk about Trump at all?
We are talking about if Trump's a fascist.
No,
What's
but
the
things
debate?
that Trump has done.
Yeah,
not like,
yeah. I'm not here.
Again,
I'm here to talk about if Trump's a fascist.
I want to clarify with James. The debate prompt is not what is fascism. Is Trump a fascist?
Yeah, that's right. So we're talking about if Trump's a fascist. Anything else?
Yeah.
Just to be sure, do I understand right? So if we were using Andrew's definition, in that case, Andrew, you would say no, Trump's not a fascist.
Yeah, by
Adam,
Andrew's definition, I would also say Trump's not a fascist. I wouldn't use his definition.
Okay.
Right. You're just going to use a made-up, non-historical definition.
The one that I think is better.
Using Adam's definition, where would you guys both land?
I would still say he's not a fascist because of the ultranationalism. This is the critique.
No. You're not actually using my definition when you say that. You're projecting your own definition of this, like the subparts of the overall definition, into my definition. So
Without
you
a
keep
doubt.
saying my definition doesn't work because ultranationalism, but in my
He
definition,
doesn't want to
I've explained
accept
what
it.
ultranationalism actually means, which is a rhetorical strategy
Yeah, but it doesn't mean
used
that.
to justify power grabs.
That's not what ultranationalism
So
is.
if you were to accept that ultranationalism in this context is a justification or a premise used for power grabs, then would Trump be a fascist?
Ultranationalism is not defined by rhetoric. It's defined by action.
Okay.
Action. And by the way, Gentile points this out, where his whole philosophy was called pure act. Pure act was his entire philosophy, and fascist philosophy, pure act. It's an action, not a rhetoric. It's not a rhetoric. That's just made up bullshit.
I just want to ask the question again. If you were to accept the way I am using the word ultranationalist
I don't accept
in this
it.
context, if you were to, it's called a hypothetical, would Trump then be a fascist?
I can't. Listen, hypotheticals.
He can't do
hypotheticals
it.
Have to
He can't do it. He can't go against the supreme leader. He cannot do it. These MAGA cultists can't do it. Literally, if he shot somebody on Fifth Ave, they would find a reason why. He would have to get off and get away for free. He can't do it.
map on to logic, right?
No, I'm just asking if you were to accept the premise, then would it follow that Trump's a
So
fascist?
if it was the case that I decided to accept the premise is Trump, that you say Trump is a fascist, would that make him one? Yes.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, shit. I really didn't think that was going to come out his mouth. But shit not looking good.
If you claimed Trump is a fascist and I said yes he is, you're right.
Again, James, thanks for having us. I'm glad
What have we
were able to
established there?
figure this out. I don't really know what we established, but you just conceded, I guess.
What
At least
are you talking
using my
about?
definition.
If I listen,
You're saying
You asked
using my
if it
definition,
was
Trump
He's saying if I said that. He's trying to get out of it. But he knows what it is.
the
a
case
fascist.
that you accepted this, would it be the case that you accepted it? Yes. If it were the case that I accepted it, then it would indeed be the case that I accepted it. Good
No,
thing I don't
because-
accept it.
Well, no, you could then
What are you
say that
talking
even
about?
if you could then say that even if I accepted your definition of ultranationalism in this context, your definition still would not qualify to Trump as a fascist because Trump did X, Y, Z
You
or
asked
didn't
me
do X, Y, Z.
if it's the case that you accepted
He
this
can't
thing,
think about
would it
it
be
like
the case
that,
that you
dog.
accepted this thing?
No.
Yes.
I said if it's the case that you accept my definition of one part
No,
of this
accept
thing,
it.
I can be even more clear.
That's
I
not
said
what
if
you said.
I can clarify what I said. People can also rewind. I said if you were to accept the way I am using the term ultranationalism, then yes.
Yes. If
if
I were
what?
to, so now we're in
If
hypothetical
you were to
territory.
accept what?
If I were to accept your framework for this, in this
No,
case,
not this
ultranationalism.
framework for this. Specifically, my definition of ultranationalism in this context.
Yes.
If you were to accept
If
that,
I were to,
then
then-
zooming out, would my overall definition and my affirmative claims of fascism apply to Trump?
I see. So
Yeah.
let me show you how stupid this is.
Please.
If you accepted that this lighter
Yeah, I
was
wanna hear this
fascist,
too.
would this lighter be fascist?
It's not analogous to what I said.
Answer-
Nigga, what? Bro, what? Bro.
Earth is ghetto, I wanna leave. Can you beam me up? I'm out on the street by the corner store. You know the one on 15th. Got a
Like, that's how I feel. Every time. Every time I watch shit like this. Like, I'm ready to go, son. I'm ready to go. Somebody beam me up and get me out of here, bro. Because this, like, what?
Your
Applies to Trump.
definition of fascism for the last time, for the 300th
I know
time.
you don't. Dude,
but
you
if
know
you
what
say,
I'm saying.
But
You
if
know
you
what I'm
say,
saying. Don't
I
do
don't
this.
know what you're saying.
Yeah, you do.
I actually don't. Use small words. Pretend I'm really stupid.
Okay. Do you understand that when we are applying labels to people, whether or not that label applies to the person is not just a question of how you define the label, but once you've established that definition, whether or not the person actually fits in line with the description of that label.
Yes.
So you could say, I accept your definition, Adam, but Trump does not meet those affirmative claims that you've made. Because Trump actually, for example, legitimately thinks that he has the right to do these things. His lawyers tell him he has the right to do it. He legitimately thinks that James Comey and Letitia have the right to do these things that you've made. So you could say, I accept your definition, Adam, but Trump does not meet those affirmative claims that you've made. Because Trump actually, for example, legitimately thinks that he has the right to do these things. His lawyers tell him he has the right to do it. He legitimately thinks that James Comey and Letitia James are enemies of the state. And therefore, he's not engaging in bad faith. He's not punishing his
So I
opponents.
understand
He's
exactly what you're
governing differently.
saying. I just need you to
Okay.
understand that it's a complete tautology. What you're asking me to do is grant this so that we can move to something else. Okay, I get that. Well, you are. What you're saying is, can you accept that my definition within its framework is coherent if you accept my definition as being coherent?
I'm just saying, if you accept my definition, would Trump meet it? I don't know why you're overcomplicating.
Yeah, if I accept it,
Correct.
yes, but it's tautological, of course. If I accept your definition of fascism, would the guy you're calling a fascist meet the definition that you've tailored to the guy? Sure.
No, but if I gave the same
but so
definition
what?
of fascism and said, like, is Obama a fascist? You would say, no, by your own definition, Obama does not meet that criteria.
And I'm telling
right?
you that here right now with ultranationalism.
No, but then you're using your definition of ultranationalism,
Yeah, because
not
what's
mine.
going on here is this. Okay, do you understand that if I said fascism is the belief that we should be moving towards a stateless society, right? And you're a communist, let's say, right? Would you accept that as the definition of fascism?
I wouldn't, but you're saying if I did,
You
then
wouldn't.
What's,
And
yeah.
but if you did, then you would be agreeing with me, right? If you did.
Not necessarily.
Hang on, no. If you accepted that as my definition, then you
Give me
would
the
be-
definition again.
Yeah, that communism is a movement towards a stateless, or fascism is a movement towards a stateless society.
But then who'd you be applying that definition to?
All right, so go check out the video when you get a chance. It's on Charles Kent's channel. I mean, the shorter version, the one that we review, is on Charles Kent's channel, but you can go to I think DebateCon 7, just type in Andrew Wilson's name and Adam's name, and it'll pop right up. But it is 3 hours, and ultimately, to me, Andrew loses this debate like he does all the other ones. He mistakenly admits that if he accepted the premise of Adam's question, then yeah, Trump is a fascist. And then he spent the rest of the debate filibustering, making word salads, because he knew he fucked up and he shouldn't have said that. Pretty much it. Alright, that's the video. Made a good little blush your bones, the old folks used to say. Much love, I'm out.